Hello, grade 8 students. Today, I will be discussing graphing linear equations in two variables using the last step, which is slope-intercept form. So, what is slope-intercept form? It follows the form y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope. So, again, when we say slope, that is rise over run or change in y over change in x, or simply the steepness of the line. And b is the y-intercept. So again, when we say y-intercept, it is the point where the graph and the y-axis meet. So we'll just be needing the slope and y-intercept to simply graph our linear equation. So here are the steps in graphing linear equation using slope and y-intercept. So number one, we have to convert the linear equation into slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So why do we need to do this one? So that it will be easier for us to identify the slope and y-intercept, which is our second step. The third step is to plot the y-intercept, and after that, we have to use the slope to find the other point. And after we get the 2 points, the last step is to connect these 2 points using straight lines. So now, let us proceed in graphing linear equations. So, first example, graph 2x plus y is equal to 3. So, as you can see, this one is a linear equation in two variables, which is written in standard form. So, what are we going to do first is to write this one into slope-intercept form, which is again, y is equal to mx plus b. So, be sure that on the one side of the equation, we only have y, and other side will contain x and the constant term. Okay? So, what are we going to do first is, of course, write first the equation, and after that, we have to transpose 2x on the other side so that y will remain on that side. So, that will be y is equal to, again, as you transpose 2x, that will be now negative 2x, and then copy 3. So, we have y is equal to negative 2x plus 3, and that's it. That is already in slope-intercept form. So, therefore, the slope is the numerical coefficient of x, which is negative 2, and the constant term, which is 3, will be our y-intercept, which can also be written as 0, 3. So, again, why is it 0, 3? Because, again, in y-intercept, x is always 0. Okay, after we identify the slope and y-intercept, the next step is to plot your y-intercept. And as we plot the y-intercept, okay, from 0, okay, you have here 0 as your x coordinate, and then 3 or positive 3, so 3 units upward, so 1, 2, 3. So we have here point 0, 3, which is our y-intercept. The next one is to identify the other point. So what we are going to do to identify the other point is to use the slope, which is negative 2. So again, when you say slope, that is rise over run. So to easily graph this one, we have to put 1 as the denominator of negative 2. And we all know that negative 2 means 2 units downward. And negative 1 means 1 unit to the right. So from this point, we have to go 2 units downward. So 1, 2, and then 1 unit to the right. So just 1 unit to the right. So here, after that, just make a small dot. So we have now here 2 points. The last step is to connect these 2 points using a straight line. So now we have the graph of 2x plus y equals 3. Next example. We have 2x minus 3y equals 6. So again, we have to change this one into slope-intercept form, which is equal to y is equal to mx plus b. So write first the equation, and then next, again, on one side of the equation, you should only have y. So here, as you can see, the coefficient of y is negative 3. So better if negative 3y will be the one that we're going to transpose on the other side. So just copy 2x and then transpose 6. So that will be now negative 6. And then transpose negative 3y. So from negative 3y, it will become positive 3y. And then we just need y. So we have to remove here 3 by dividing both sides of the equation by 3. After that, we just need to cancel and then divide. So 2 divided by 3, it will just be 2/3. And then negative 6 divided by 3, that will be negative 2. And then 3 divided by 3, the answer is 1. Or just simply write y. So that's it. It is already in slope-intercept form. So the slope is 2/3, that's positive. And then your y-intercept, it's -2, so it can be written as 0, -2. So we have to plot first 0, -2. So the location is on the negative y-axis. So from 0, you have 2 units downward because it's -2. So 1, 2. So make a small dot here, there. And then use the slope, which is 2/3. So again, the 2 means 2 units upward, and then 3 means 3 units to the right. So from this point on your y-intercept, 2 units upward, 1, 2, and then 3 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and then just make a small dot. And then, of course, connect these two dots using a straight line. As you can see, graded students, looking at the graph, it is rising to the right. We are correct because here the slope is positive. So again, if the slope is positive, your graph should rise to the right. Okay, for the third example, we have to graph 1/2 x minus 3/4 y is equal to 3. So as you can see here, the equation has fractions. So what are we going to do is to first remove these fractions by multiplying both sides of the equation by the LCD, which is 4. So we have to multiply both of the equations by 4. So simplify the equation. So that will be 4 times 1/2, the answer will be 2x. And then 4 times 3/4, the answer will just be 3. So that will be 3y is equal to 3 times 4, we have 12. And then after that, so as you can see, this equation is already in standard form. So the next step is to change this one into slope-intercept form. So we have to transpose -3y on the other side. So that will just copy 2x and then transpose 12. So that will be now -12. And then -3y will become +3y. So we have to remove 3 by dividing both sides of the equation by 3. So the answer here will be 2 over 3x minus, so 12 divided by 3, the answer is 4. And then 3 divided by 3, the answer is 1. So here, your slope is 2/3 and your y-intercept is -4, which can also be written as 0, -4. So again, plot your y-intercept. It is on the negative y-axis. So 0. And the -4, so 4 units downward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, so make a small dot. And then after that, go to the other point by using your slope. So again, it's 2. Your rise is 2, so 2 units upward. So 1, 2. And then 3 units to the right. 1, 2, 3. And then after that, make a small dot. Then connect it using a straight line. So as you can see, the graph goes upward to the right because the slope is positive. Next. But next one is to graph x is equal to 3. So as you can see, we only have here x and we don't have y. So it means that any point will do as long as the value of x is 3. So therefore, I can have 3, 2. I can also have plot this point. So as you can see here, it's on the first quadrant. I can also have 3, -1. So it's on the fourth quadrant. And then I can also have 3, 5, which is on the first quadrant. So 3 and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make a small dot. And then I can also have 3, -3. So +3 again, and then -3. So 3 units downward. So 1, 2, 3. So make a small dot. And then as you can see, any point here will have the value of x as 3. So what are we going to do is to simply connect this one using a straight line to represent all the values of, or all the solutions in our equation where x is equal to 3. And as you can see, the graph or the behavior of the graph is vertical because here the slope is undefined. You can check it out by using the formula for the slope, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 as minus x sub 1. As you can see, even getting just 2 points here, the slope will be undefined. So please do remember that if the slope of the line is undefined, the behavior of the graph will be vertical. Next one, or for the last example, graph y is equal to negative 4. So here, all the values of y should be negative 4. So the value of x can be any real numbers. So I can have 3, negative 4. So the location of this one is on the fourth quadrant. So 3 and then negative 4, 4 units downward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a small dot. And then after that, I can also have 1, negative 4. It's also on the fourth quadrant. So 1 and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can also have, I'll repeat grade 8. You can choose any real numbers for x. So 5, negative 4, it's there. And I can also set as negative 3, negative 4. It's on the third quadrant. And to represent the graph of y is equal to negative 4, I will just draw a horizontal line. And here, the slope is 0. So again, please do remember that if your graph is horizontal, the slope is 0. So you can again check it out by using the formula of the slope, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Thank you so much, grade 8 students. See you again on our next synchronous session. Bye-bye.